Thank you for joining us, Anna, all the way from Poland. If you could please just kind of give the viewers a little bit of information about yourself and your site and what food means to you in terms of culture and preserving history.
Hello, my hungry friends. I have to open it like this because this is how I always open all my blog posts and videos. So I had to do this. Thank you for having me. Welcome to all the viewers. Thank you for having me on your panel. I very much appreciate it. My name is Anna Hurning. I'm the home chef of the Polish Kitchen blog and YouTube channel, where I share recipes from my Polish home where I grew up, and try to spread the joy of cooking and sharing Polish history and Polish customs with the world. So the blog started about now a while, 9 years ago. I have to think about it. When I was living in the United States, where I moved, where I was in my mid 20s. I moved to marry my love of my life, Mark, who I met when I was in high school. And he was in the service, so we traveled around the country for a little bit when he was still serving. And being away from home kind of made me homesick. And the one thing that always kind of brought me a little bit closer was food, obviously. And I was lucky enough that my husband likes to eat and he is not scared of trying anything new. So it wasn't hard for me to make the foods that he may not necessarily know, and have him try it and then enjoy it most of the time, maybe besides tripe, like our tripe soup that doesn't necessarily get good rep, or the aspects. He's pretty much good to taste anything. So I started obviously cooking it in my new home with him, that I shared with him, and then I thought to myself, it's probably a good idea for me to start writing those down, some of those recipes down, just so I have them and be easier to just reference anything that I needed. And back then, there wasn't really anything available online for Americans or for English speakers as far as Polish cooking goes. So I thought it would be a fun hobby to start writing the recipes down in form of a blog. So I started doing that, and before I knew it, people were following and cooking the recipes at home, and I didn't really realize how important it was for people to connect to those recipes and the foods. They start making them, and the one thing that I would keep hearing over and over is that I lost a recipe. My mom, my grandma, my aunt or grandpa used to make this dish, and they passed away, and I don't know how to make it. And now I saw this recipe, made it at home, and it was just like they made it, and it's like having them back again with me. And so that was very heartwarming for me, and it kind of gave me fuel to keep going with the blog and writing more recipes and sharing them. And after a few years of doing that, my husband had retired from the service, and we were kind of thinking or deciding on what to do, where to move, since we've been kind of bouncing around every 3 years. We decided to move to Poland. That was after 17 or close to 18 years of me not living in Poland anymore. And by then we had a 14-year-old daughter, and she was keen to move to Poland too, since she was spending most of her summers in Poland with my parents. So she was excited about moving here, and we thought let's move back to Poland and kind of see how it goes. So that was 6 years ago. We've since built a house, and we're our daughter is about to graduate from high school, and we're now starting to kind of explore a little bit more of Poland and be on the road a little bit more and show a little bit more of Poland just outside of my immediate area. So that's our little story. But as you mentioned, what does food mean to me? And moving to the US, that's when I really realized how much it connects me to my roots and how important it is to have that around. And I would cook the food once our daughter was with us. I obviously started cooking that for her, and she was also very open to trying all kinds of foods. And it it really the connection between the flavor and something in your brain, in your memory, it just makes you think that you're closer, makes you feel the presence of people who had cooked the food for you and who were around you. So it was very important for me to be able to continue cooking for my family and exposing our daughter Hannah, to Polish traditions, and not only foods but also other things that we do throughout the year to kind of feel that we're Polish and kind of be a Polish American home, not just American home.
And that's something, especially with food, in different programs and different speakers we've had, it seems like food is always mentioned as that bridge between, the present and the past, and then preservation to keep going. And it's food, no matter what, no matter your background, no matter where you're from, it seems like in every single aspect, food is something that always bridges that. And I like what you said about just preserving that history and that culture. Can you speak more about some of the traditions that y'all do throughout the year?
So Polish cooking and traditions are very rely very much on seasons and seasonality of some of the ingredients available. And when I was younger, I was born in the mid 70s. So when I was a kid in the 70s, 80s, and part of the 90s, this was kind of beginning of era in Poland where things were available again, and we're kind of digging ourselves out from post-communist time in Poland. But when I was a child, it was normal for people to have uh, like if you have a home, you have a garden in the back, and you have ingredients that will come to you with seasons. So we rely on that still, even though now everything is available pretty much year round. There's some fresh fruits and vegetables that only come in spring and summer season, but a lot of it is available year round. But somehow we still kind of stick to what nature gives us throughout the year. So now spring is starting in Poland, and you start seeing like young beets and asparagus that is not available year round, and um, some other like what's the word, stuff. Now I forgot the word. Do you remember stuff? What the word for stuff is? Sorrel. There we go. That's all only available in the spring and summer. And so we will cook these dishes that we can use these ingredients for through the spring and summer, and then we won't anymore, and we'll move on to different ingredients that are available a little bit later in the year. And through the winter, we'll use a lot of cabbages that are store well through the winter, and a lot of fermented cabbage that stores well through the winter and stuff like that. And obviously Poland being Catholic, that kind of brings another layer of traditions that come with being connected to church. So through around Easter season, there's obviously some dishes that we would only cook around Easter. And there's dishes around Christmas that we only eat around Christmas. I know that people have heard, most people who are connected to Polish culture have heard of Śmigus Dingus, which is celebrated on Easter Monday, or we celebrate Easter Monday, where people throw water at each other. So, and then we eat certain things on Christmas Day, or we call it second day of not Christmas, Easter. So it's definitely, seasonality plays a big role in it, and we kind of keep following what we're used to, being served as kids. Now we kind of do it when we're adults.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned your daughter's name is Hannah.
Yes.
So you mentioned taking her around and exposing her more to our Polish culture. Is she in the kitchen cooking with you sometimes, or are you passing that down to her as well?
She is, and she's actually really good at it. She's now slowly surpassing me and Mark, my husband, in cooking. She likes to eat, and she likes to explore not only Polish cooking but other cultures and other cuisines that she's been exposed to through our travels and through our life. So she's very keen to cook at home, and now that she's a young adult and she's home by herself a lot, she's forced to do it. And it was funny at first. After for people who don't know, I've published 3 books, Poetry Kitchen, My Family Table, and 1 book for each of the holidays, Easter and Christmas. And she called me a couple of times like, "Mom, how do you make this?" I'm like, I know someone who wrote a book about that. So she doesn't call me much anymore. If she needs to cook something Polish, she just refers to the books or goes online and cooks.
Mm-hmm.
But she's very keen to be in the kitchen, and I'm actually looking forward to putting her, or inviting her to our YouTube channel to cook with me from the recent book, or the most recent book that is coming out in a couple of weeks in May, Polish Kitchen Dumplings and Dragons, which is a Polish cookbook for kids. So I wrote down 33 recipes for super simple for kids who want to explore a little bit more Polish cuisine, but they're super simple. And Hannah in turn wrote some stories to go along with some of the Polish legends that are mentioned in the book. So I'm looking forward to having her on the channel and together cooking a little bit with her.
That's very special. That's amazing. And you're also leaving that legacy. You're through your books, you're leaving that and preserving that Polish culture and history. And I know you're sharing your screen right now, and we have a few more minutes left. Would you like to share with everyone your website?
Sure. So if you go to polishkitchen.com, and up here in the top menu, if you click index, it'll take you to different sections of my blog that have different recipes, and you can explore breads or breakfasts. I have a section for cabbage dishes and other things, Christmas and desserts, dinners, Easter, and pierogi and dumplings. You can click on each of those and kind of look around and try recipes that maybe are looking familiar. I click, and my mouth's watering already, and this
Yes.
is a very popular section. And so to share foods that I grew up eating, and I cook that at home. And there's some of the videos, some of the posts are here about the videos that we made together with Mark, and We also on the channel here have bookstore where you can purchase all the books that have been available so far. And this is the Dumplings and Dragons, the illustrated Polish cookbook that's coming out in a couple weeks.
Oh, Anna, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you. Oh no, you're breaking up. No.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, I can't hear you, but you can hear me. Interesting.
Yes, I can hear
I'll
you.
just keep talking, I guess. Some of the videos that we do is we travel around Poland. We call those episodes Kitchens Closed. When we go around Poland and film different cities and kind of food related videos about what you can see or what you expect coming to Poland. So that's about it.
Can you hear me, Anna? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for joining us. I apologize, everyone, for the technical difficulties. But thank you so much for sharing, Anna. I know you can hear me, so I look forward to hopefully we'll have you again when we can, go even further in expansion. And I encourage everyone to please check out Anna's site, her blog, and her books. I know that's something we're very excited for, especially the upcoming children's book. I would love to have that for our library. And thank you so much, Anna. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And this will be recorded. I'll record the whole thing, so then we'll have it posted to our website and our YouTube.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you, Anna. Have a good day.
Thank you too.